Dear learners, welcome back to your educational channel Learn and Educate, where we were studying about the Income Tax Act 1961. Particularly in this video, we would be studying about the slum sale as defined under Section 2, Clause 42C. Slum sale is the transferring of one undertaking or one or more of the undertaking, the whole as a whole, and on a going concern basis in exchange of a lump sum consideration. When the the transfer of an entity, transfers, sales the whole undertaking or one or more of the undertaking. Why? To get a lump sum consideration in exchange for the purpose of selling the asset, selling the undertaking as a going concern, and where the acquiring company acquires that undertaking quickly as a going concern. The reason being for maybe like to separate the core operations from the non-core operations, and the selling of such an undertakings to the selling of business as a whole. That the business is sold as a whole, the business is sold as a going concern, the business needs to be sold as a going concern, and the business is actually sold as a going concern. The assets and liabilities, in this definitions we talk about the value of asset and value of individual liabilities. The individual assets and individual liabilities in the case of some sale are not given values. Why? The individual assets are not assigned any value, and the individual liabilities are not assigned any value in the case of a slum sale. When the transfer of business in exchange as a whole for a lump sum consideration, the buyer acquires the business undertaking as a whole, wherein the value of full undertaking is transferred, the rights of asset and liability is transferred, and wherein the full value of the consideration is exchanged without giving assigning the individual values to the particular asset and to that particular liability in the slum sale. Therefore, slum sale means the transfer of one undertaking, or slum sale means the transfer of one or more undertaking as a result of the sale for a lump sum consideration, wherein without giving values being assigned to the individual assets and liability in a slum sale, which means that the business as a whole, the business of the one or more undertaking is transferred on a going concern basis in exchange of a lump sum consideration.